Yo guys, how you doing? It's Jaff Master Flash. Hope you guys are all well. What you up to today? Welcome to Spa. For anybody that knows me and follows me, Spa is one of my favourite circuits. It really is. So yeah, I'm really glad that I am doing Spa today, especially in my team. I am gonna try and get them done. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Take forever. We're away. Yeah, so it was going to be a wet race with a dry finish, and I managed for the first time in forever to get into Q2. So the upgrades on the cars seems to be working, or they seem to be coming through very, very much so, and working very, very well. But yeah, Spa is one of my favourite circuits, as Yuki Tsunoda, took me going up Eau Rouge Radion, and then had a little wiggle, and I managed to get back past him. But yeah, Spa, absolutely love Spa. It is one of my most favourite circuits. And I actually went into this race with a dry setup on, not a wet setup. Hence the reason why you'll see me wiggling and jiggling all over the place. But there's nothing I can do about that because it's a wet setup. So I'm out to lift up Eau Rouge Radion. But the fact that I qualified in P13 and I'm now up to P10 is awesome. Not only that, I'm going to go as long as I possibly can. I'm going to try to do an overcut. Try and stay out as long as I possibly can on the mediums. On the inters, and then go to softs rather than pit for mediums like everybody else is going to. Take from that what you will, but that is what is going to happen. But no, Spa, absolutely baller of a circuit in real life and in the game. And if anybody doesn't agree, you're just playing wrong. No, you're not. You're more than entitled to your opinion. But I just find Spa is one of those circuits, old-fashioned circuits, that is just absolutely amazing. And there's not been a circuit yet that comes close to changing my mind. It really, really isn't. Although I do like a number of circuits, Spa is right at the top, 100% at the top. So yeah, that's where we are with that. But my team, I just can't believe that. It's just having time. It's having time. That's the main reason why I've not done a completed season of my team. However, for F1 22 and 22, there is something in the pipeline for me and a good friend of mine to do a co-op season. So that'll be good. That'll be really good. And I wouldn't have thought it would take a genius to work out who my teammate for the co-op season will be. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to F1 2022. I've heard some good things, seen some good things. It's going to be a lot trickier. The Miami circuit that I've seen is going to be crazy. I think it's going to be more of a Monaco type, modern Monaco-esque type circuit. Which I'm really looking forward to. The cars obviously are going to be a bit slower. They'll be a little bit more trickier to handle. The setups are going to be... it's going to have a lot more variation of setups, whereas now you can only go from 1 to 11 on the wings. You can go from 0 to 50 on the wings in the new cars, which is going to be open to a lot more interpretation. And it's going to be a lot more fun, because sometimes, for an example, a wet Spain, a wet Hungary, a wet Monaco, you needed a lot more than 11, which would be the standard setup around Monaco anyway, or Hungary, or Spain. Not seen or heard anything on inverted setups. It's more of the, I believe it's more of the traditional setups. That's obviously until the game gets updated, fully released and updated. And the genius is that there are out there workout setups and which way to go. Obviously, I'll be, as soon as I get the game, I'll be dropping out the setups that I create and from F2 to F1, the wet setups. What I am going to do is, though, I'm going to do it backwards this time around. I am going to do the F1 setups first, then the wet ones, then onto the F2, because the F1 setups are going to be a lot more difficult, I think, especially with the fact that you can go to 50 on the wings now, and I'm going to get my head around that. I will probably aim towards the more traditional way I've set them up in the past. Probably leave inverted, unless inverted is OP. It certainly was, or it certainly is at many circuits in F1 2021. But we'll see. We'll see how that, how we go with that and how we do. But as you can see, back to the video, it is the end of lap 3, beginning on lap 4. Oh, I'm just about to cross the line, and nothing is happening. Nothing much is happening. I am now fighting with my championship rival, Lance Stroll, and that is how far we've come. So we're not fighting Kimi Raikkonen anymore. We're fighting Lance Stroll. I did manage to beat Raikkonen, but yeah. It's going to be difficult. I've got loads of upgrades in the pipeline, but as I said in previous My Team videos, that every time I seem to get an upgrade or do an upgrade to come for a next race, it fails, and then I have to wait many races, or at least another 2 races, for it to come. But it's slowly getting there. I gotta be honest, man. I don't understand how I can have so many failures. I really don't. It seems to fail every race I do, which is very frustrating. But I did put everything on hard, and every time there was an update, I have obviously transferred the update over. But I don't know. It seems to. It really does seem to take ages and have massive issues. Kind of hoping though that we're at Spa. I do plan on getting a few more races of My Team done. Probably not going to complete the season now, with the fact that it's the middle of May and the new game is out on the 1st of July. So yeah, as I want to focus as much as I can on the wet setups, because even though the new game is coming out, a lot of people still play. Still continue with the F1 2021 games, and I know that through YouTube. The amount of people that still search up setups for F1 2020 and 2019 is phenomenal. It's absolutely unreal. And not just that, some of the Facebook groups I'm in, people still ask for leagues based around 19, 20, which is bizarre to me, considering. Although you could argue that 19 and 20, or especially 19, was a much better game. And I'm sure 19 had Hockenheim, which was awesome. Kind of hoping. One thing I will say is, it would appear that the F1 22 game will be dropping track DLC. When the developers were asked about it, they said, "Watch this space." That could mean some of the old circuits come back, like Hockenheim, Istanbul Park, wherever there is a circuit that you've seen over the last few years. or absolutely raced in. Malaysia was also thrown out there. That would be absolutely awesome. Remember how in 2020 we had the short circuits? We had Bahrain short, Britain short, Japan short, as I caught a huge slide. It would be an absolute amazing addition if they add in old circuits. Could you imagine adding in an old style circuit into a league race? That would be phenomenal. I really, really would. I would love to see something like, Malaysia or Hockenheim. I would love to drive that again in these new cars. I really would. It's just a shame, man. Such a shame that Hockenheim didn't renew. Or even got the Nürburgring. I would love to go to the Nürburgring, or even use food for thought. Imagine driving a modern F1 2022 car on the actual Nordschleife itself. That would be phenomenal. You do a lap with the Nürburgring and then straight on to the Nordschleife itself. That would be amazing. That would be phenomenal. Living in Dreamland, obviously, we'd probably be lucky to get an extra 3 circuits, and they will probably be circuits that we've already seen, hence like Vietnam, as that would just be a copy and paste job from 2020 straight into 2022. Probably China, again, cut and paste job. And probably something like Portimao, as Portimao is not on, I don't believe it's on this year's calendar, so those probably will be the 3 circuits that would be the DLC, just the easy cut and paste jobs. Hats off though to EA. The game looks and sounds a lot better than previous Codemasters edits. I just assumed that this year, obviously EA been in charge now for 2 years, but this would be the first full year that they would have total production or total hands-on experience with production, and I just kind of thought it would just be like a cut and paste job, pretty much same Codemasters stuff, but no, it looks like they've gone all out. It looks like they've upgraded a lot of things. Jeff is no longer in the new game, and yeah, it's a new guy, an absolute new guy, as Lance Stroll is pushing me all the way. Come on, Lance, let's go for it. But yeah, as you can see, me and Lance are out in a league of our own. We are 8 seconds, only 9 seconds behind Sainz, and 6.5 seconds in front of Vettel. So yeah, it's just me versus my championship rival for the win, or 4 positions. But this rain, according to Jeff, 10 minutes ago, was going to ease up in 10 minutes. It is getting lighter, so as you can see, it's getting easier to take poo on. So yeah, guys, wherever you are in the little day, hope you're good, hope you take care. Remember to do all that good stuff, like hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really, really does mean a lot to me. It really does. Reading your comments, I would love to see more of them. I really would. I would love to see more of them. As I said, I didn't use a wet setup for this, as it was dry at the end. Jeff's telling me another 10 minutes of rain, which is nice. I did use a wet setup. I did use a dry setup because obviously it's drying up at the end. If you guys want these setups, this is the setup that I used in the dry F1 dry video. It is on the channel. It's somewhere down wherever it is. And I will have the wet setup, the Belgium wet setup, out very soon. So there's that, and I will try and club as many together. But I have clubbed all the setups into one place, into one playlist video. F1 and F2 are separate, but there are dry setups and wet setups for F1 in the same playlist. Guys, catch you in the next one. Peace.
meters look like the best tyre for now. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on mediums. Situation is an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got right now. is 4.4 seconds. seconds.
could pull off the win here at Spa-Francorchamps, but they've done so in spectacular style. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Joker. Look at where they finished compared to where they started. It's not easy to cut through the field like that in Formula One, so it was a great effort.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.